And here we are back for round one. Had some new folks in the stream today that said they found me on SeemsGoodMagic. If you were digging what you were seeing here, do consider stopping by the stream sometime. It's at twitch.tv/Simulin. You can watch me draft, you can watch me sealed, you can watch me modern. You can watch me make mistakes live. It's great. Yeah, I want to play first. This hand leaves a bit to be desired. The challenge of it is if we whiff on a land, which we're a little bit likely to, like let's actually see what the math is at hitting one land. I keep a calculator by the desk just for this scenario, and I usually talk myself into keeping. We should have a third land on turn 3. The problem is this is sort of already a mulligan, and all we're doing then is welding sparks. Now there's a pretty low chance that we're able to rip a forest and go 2, 3, 4 and just run our opponent over. But the fact that I've basically already mulliganed with Wildest Dreams in my opener, I think makes that a pretty easy send back. And this hand is just better. I don't want the second Pima Outrider here. I also don't think it's worth going off curve with Zakobra. Like if it can get in 2 points of damage or trade with a 2-drop to kind of clear the way for our other dudes, I think we're happy with that. That's kind of our nightmare scenario, but at least we hit our second green and can get the Outrider out. And Zakobra may be able to get in some of the damage. We'll attack into that. Now, it's not a great trade for us, but that may be their win condition. Like they're going to try to hide behind a turtle. A dirtle turtle. Or they're just going to have all the turtles. Okay. Yep, shields up. Shields up. I think rather than attacking here with these guys, I might just want to make a... I can make a 3 and a 1/1. The 1/1 doesn't do anything though, so triggering this guy here I don't think helps me much. I think making a 4/4 while they're mana screwed is just the best line for me. Like if they're going to start using energy to mill me, I think we're okay with that. Honestly, it makes our Wildest Dreams even better. Because there's not a lot that can deal with this for 3 mana. It's certainly not more turtles. All right, with this we can send in the Cobra and basically trade it for anything and be relatively happy. Because we're just going to continue playing 4/4s. This guy only matters if he mills us to death. And right now we've got them at 14 and we're at 24 essentially if we're playing that game. Not to mention they don't have enough mana to kill us. Hitting land there is not particularly great. I'm going to hold it for the Fateful Showdown. If we draw it, being able to do 3 damage with it could be particularly relevant. I have been milled out by this guy once on stream. Like, you can do it. It doesn't come together very often, but it can. I feel like they're just getting kind of screwed on the manas. If this is an actual factual chump, I think we're super happy. Subtle strike, sure. That doesn't even kill my guy. I guess it keeps him from being just dead, but maybe they're just wanting to look at the rest of my deck now. The Renegade currently doesn't look fantastic. Showdown got milled, so we can play out the rest of our lands. Although awkwardly, like if we're gonna buy it back, I think they should have milled me one more time, like at least see what you're up against. But like we didn't see any targets for the Pyrohelix and the Renegade. That doesn't mean that there aren't any. And we may not legitimately have a better card to play. It's like Spark of Creativity isn't great. It's unlikely the Renegade ever gets big enough to ping them out. But I suppose it can combo with them, like blocking this with a 0/3 or something. And Helix can at least go to the face. Like, I don't think we saw enough of their deck to make much sideboard choices. We could look at the stash as an opportunity if our mana was a little bit better. Like maybe they mill one of these guys and we want to buy it back. But at the same time, milling ourselves for 5 when that appears to be one of their win conditions at least. Yeah, I think if we sideboard here, we probably are over sideboarding, so I'm going to run it back. When the deck's perfect, you don't need to sideboard. This hand has a bit of the same problems we had before. The difference is we're on the draw. We know we have more green sources, and we've at least got some interactivity. I'm going to try this one, although I'm not going to say that I'm sold on it. Looks like they've gone to 5, which is probably a good step in the right direction, provided that we hit land drops. I have one on a mold of 4 before. That's a very good start. And that's probably just good to go. I think that I prefer playing the snake here and making it a 3/2. There's some argument to spread instead. Because whatever I do here, I'm certainly playing the Pima Outrider next turn. So we could put a counter here and make sure we get in for 3 damage. Like Select for Inspection makes that kind of bad. Given that this guy already has an attack, I think I'm going to send and basically test the waters for Select for Inspection. Not everyone plays that card, but some people do. And the 2/3 at least prevents the damage on the way back. You got me. That was not the thing they needed to counter to keep us out of this game. It was this. Which maybe they have another counter spell, but I suppose if we're racing in this scenario, we're pretty happy about it. Let's get outriding. Okay. I have been rebuffed. Generally speaking, I think we're still in good shape trading card for card with our opponent when they're on the mulligan. To that end, I don't think I want to Welding Sparks that. I guess having 2, maybe I do. Like we're at least getting in for 2 points of damage a turn while we're both sitting here top decking. Like it gets pretty bad if they have like a bounce spell for this guy or something. But it does mean that we're staring at each other top decking while I'm at least hitting with a piker. It would surprise me if we're able to run this all the way to the end, but maybe we are. I've got the buyback spell on 2 right now. And I think I'm going to keep it there and hold these. Because a 5-mana divination is acceptable. We don't really need to go to 6 unless we hit the edge crafters. And like, I would be super happy buying back these guys. Maybe we do want to go to 1 more now. It's conceivable they have more revolutionary rebuffs. Yeah, I think the option to play something like Mastodon is just too high here to keep the showdown mana up. Maybe we just are going to ride this to victory. I can afford to hold 2 though, because that would let me play the Mastodon and this in the same turn if we needed to. With them not being able to do anything but chump here, I don't think I need to interact with that. Okay, we hit the showdown, so I've got showdown for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this can hit players. So I think we just go with the Cobra and see if we can finish off our opponent this way. Like, we draw 1 more card and showdown's lethal-ish. Because they're kind of incentivized to attack here, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we don't even need this much, but sure. Okay. Cool. Well, that was match 1. See you for match 2 in just a moment.